Alright, we'll take the old TT02 Outcast out for a little burn here. Oh, the handling's not too bad so far. You can see it pulls nice and straight out of a corner. Speed's not too bad, guys. This is just stock TT02. The torque tuned 540, I believe it is. Looks like about what you'd expect, about 20 mile an hour or so, something like that. Nothing crazy, guys, but it's pretty fun though. Yeah, really, guys, this is kind of the right speed for doing a little parking lot racing with your buddies. If you're looking to get some super fast speed runs, it's not really going to be up there, guys. But for racing, you know, it's gonna keep things under control, and you know, you're not going to do too much damage to each other if things get out of hand. You do a little banging and yeah, it won't be too bad. Oh, a little dirt. Yeah, the handle's not bad, guys. It's pretty stuck to the road. Really doesn't wander much. Guys, if you're watching and you hear that stuff like that, that's rocks. The gravel around here is huge, guys, huge. And at the top of the donut there that I'm doing laps around here, you can get into the marbles, and it's all that big gravel, guys. And these cars don't like it too much. Doing a pretty good job staying out of it right now. Yeah, she's nice and smooth under power, guys. When you let off hard, the back end will come around. And obviously when it gets into the slippery bits, let's try the other way a little bit here. Oh, there's that gravel, the marbles I was talking about, guys. You can see as soon as you get into it, cars all over the place. Yeah, there it is again. Oops. You can hear it, guys, every time it's clicking and clacking like that. That's rocks on the parking lot here. Yeah, if you get a little too frisky, that back end will come around on you. And, if you're watching and wondering, it's actually more. If you let off the throttle too hard, you wanna be smooth on the throttle, and if you really get out of it, that back end comes around pretty easy, guys. These are just some cheap Chinese tires too, guys. They actually grip quite well. It's pretty drivable. This is one of those deals where I'd say if you're looking to improve the performance, you actually want to tune the suspension a little bit. So this TT02 stock, there's not too much you can do about the suspension. So the shocks, I mean. So you kind of stuck with what you're stuck with. You can move the mounting positions a little bit, and that'll help, guys. I think it was last run it was a little looser, so I think I had moved the shocks a little bit, so that seems to have helped a bit. Yeah, the controls, you know, pretty proportional to how good your throttle finger is, guys. It's if you got a heavy throttle finger, you know, touring cars are maybe not the best thing to drive. Buggies are a little more forgiving, I think, if you got a heavy throttle finger, but that's all practice, guys. It's definitely something, if you're not used to a touring car, it's takes a bit of getting used to. Brakes are strong. This cheapo ESC doesn't have any settings, guys. It's just is what it is. Throttle, brakes, reverse. Works alright though. For a dirt cheapo ESC, it's lasted a long time. I've had this thing for like 1.5, 2 years. Running all kinds of cars, no problems. Supposedly rated at 120 amps and 3S, but I think I've only ever run it on 2S, and I suspect that's part of the reason why it's lasted, because a lot of guys have burned out these particular ESCs, and I'm guessing if you go with 3S, it's probably a little less tolerant, which, you know, for the Chinese stuff, that's kind of the problem. Let's try and get a little bit of smoothness here. Oops. Yeah, back end's loose with no power. You gotta kind of roll off, and then when you're in the corner, you wanna be smooth on the throttle and have it under power. Ah, there, just like that. And if you get off, come in a little hot, have to get off, it's going to come around on you. Ah, that's a little better. When it comes around like that, guys, that's when I'm off the throttle. So yeah, this thing definitely is. It's all about the throttle control, guys. That's not too bad. Takes a bit of getting used to, guys. A little bit of practice, and before you know it, you're running decent laps. This is kind of a neat little loop to run, because it's got kind of a straightaway with a right turn at the end, and then you got a big long sweeping turn that's actually quite difficult to be smooth through and carry enough speed. Yeah, getting the hang of it here. So there you go, guys. That's probably enough for a little shakedown run here. Handles real nice. Definitely a very drivable car with a little bit of practice, guys. Any car, you play around with it and get the feel for how it responds under throttle and under brakes.